Welcome to the second part of my Turkish adventures. First, I had breakfast at a hotel with a bunch of Turkish sausage, eggs, fruits, and even coffee. Next, I went grocery shopping, and it's always such an interesting thing to see grocery stores in different countries. And in Turkey, they had an abnormal amount of dairy products like yogurt, sour creams, and anything in between. Here's Oreo and something called lokma. I don't even know what this is, but probably something with nuts. And that's the mall where it was. You can buy and try different door handles. Like, you can actually do that and see how it feels. That's cool. And as usual, in the mall they had a huge variety of Turkish delight. I got a süt burger. Süt, or whatever it's pronounced, is milk. So these are two pancakes with milk stuffing. Those are tiny and a lot of stuffing. This is extremely good and sweet, and the stuffing is kind of like a marshmallow cream. Here is the name of the city, Trabzon. I'm still there, and here's me walking. I walked for 40 minutes because I couldn't figure out how the buses work, and I couldn't get a taxi or anything. So here's a random flower store or whatever this is. And that grandpa in the background actually was faster than me. I'm not experienced in those Turkish hills. We are at the main square called Meydan, which is a word that means square in a lot of languages of this kind of group. Meydan or Maidan, like it means square. That's like the main pedestrian street, and we're here. Couldn't get a taxi, so we walked for 40 minutes, but we're here. Turkish flags and all. The Meydan, the main square. Sorry, I chose Russian. And they have tea in a Turkish teacup. That's so cute. This one, this bus shape thing. Toasts, bagels. This bagel bun is a typical Turkish thing. Have coconut, fused tea, even ayran, the dairy product they drink here a lot. Again, Turkish cup with tea, ice cream, cheesecakes and all. And the Happy Meal has cherry tomatoes. Cherry tomatoes. Candy shop. Candy shop. Wow. Second floor. A bunch of chocolate things. It's all Turkish, so I don't know what it means. But it all looks and smells delicious. We're in a candy store. They have 4 floors. First one is like Turkish sweets. Second floor is like candy. Third floor is like chocolate. And fourth floor is cafe, where we at right now. And I'm planning to get some chocolate. Planning to get some sweets. So I went to the candy store and I got candies and this SpongeBob thing. So first we're gonna try the candy. There's like a mixture of different flavors. Let's try blue one. I don't know what this is because it was all in Turkish, but I think it's gonna be grape. It is chocolate, like M&Ms, but it's covered in something fruity. I can't tell what this is. This one is lemon. Honestly, they all kind of taste the same. Next, I'm opening the SpongeBob Flippers with a Z. There's like a variety of characters that can be a surprise for me, and they're flipping whatever it means. So let's open it up. Candy and the character. Oh, you flip it. Got it? It's flippers. You flip it. This side is candy and this side is SpongeBob character. And I got, oh, Pearl crabs. That's who I got. Pearl. Not the worst, but I wanted SpongeBob as Squidward. You put it on her head and she flips. Got it? Неваляшка. I had it when I was like 3 years old. That's fun. This is the collection. Gary looks kind of weird because it's only on the top. We're gonna try the candy. I'm sure it tastes disgusting, but like, let's try it. Looks like Jelly Belly. Tastes fruity. And the pink one, like a strawberry. So after a candy stop, I went to the goal of this trip. Well, actually the goal of this trip was visa run, because it's been another year in Georgia and this time I decided to go to Turkey. But something that I looked forward to in this trip is going to Trabzon Aquarium. So here it is, Trabzon Aquarium. I don't have much to say about fish because they just look delicious and that's all I know. So I'll be yapping about Turkey. Actually, the name of the country right now is supposed to be changed to Turkey. Yeah. Like, I've searched so many websites to see, am I supposed to say Turkey or Turkey? And as far as I understand, normally you can say Turkey, but in official like documents, it's Republic of Turkey, I think. And around Turkey, a lot of times it was spelled Turkey, but still there were places where it was spelled Turkey. So it's completely out of my zone of expertise to tell you how to pronounce the name, but in my 2 vlogs about Turkey, if you haven't seen the first one, go watch it. I've always said Turkey and I will keep saying Turkey, but if it's wrong, I'm sorry to all the Turkish people. And also wanted to say a couple things about Turkish food. Obviously, it's a Muslim country, so there's no pork or there's no minced meat, which is beef and pork usually. And it's all beef or chicken. And later, after the aquarium, we will go to the Turkish restaurant in Turkey, of course. And I will try köfte, which is, I would say it's meatballs. I think they're made of beef, because what else would be in there? And they're in some like tomato sauce. It's all very delicious. They can cook their meat right. Even though I'm not a big meat person, I still do like Turkish food. I didn't know that about myself before, but I guess it is. My huge goal for this trip was to try an authentic Turkish coffee, because Turkey, country of coffee, and they also a country of tea, so they know their drinks. Turkish tea is a thing, and Turkish coffee is a thing. So Turkish coffee, I know the recipe. I know that those like coffee pieces, they stay in your cup, and it's super strong. Like, it's not watery because those coffee pieces stay in your cup. Actually, I've tried Turkish coffee. It would be later in the vlog. And also I tried this traditional Turkish dessert that I've heard so many things about, especially in Georgia, because Turkey and Georgia have a border, so they're kind of mixing the cultures at some point. And it's San Sebastian cheesecake. I wouldn't say it's a normal cheesecake. It's a cheesecake, more of a cottage cheese type of cheesecake. And it's covered in chocolate, in just melted chocolate, and cheesecake is kind of like cold/room temperature, and the chocolate is hot, so it's always a great combination. And another thing about Turkey that I wanted to share is that they have a lot of cats, but it's mostly a thing about Istanbul, and actually some stereotypes about Turkey that I've heard that they are mostly about Istanbul. Northern cities and smaller cities in Turkey, I know that they're more traditional and more religious, so all of that, and not very touristy. That's what I've learned afterwards. It still has attractions and places to see, but ideally, it's not supposed to be your first impression of Turkey. Like, the first day I was miserable, second day I was doing it. And talking about the aquarium, I liked it very much. Something about the fish, about its movements, about this calming music is so relaxing, and I always feel so chill after looking at fish. But at the far east of Russia, we have a much bigger aquarium in Vladivostok. I was there. There is a vlog about it. I was very much impressed by stingrays that were jumping out of water, and I think you can touch them because there's no caution sign or anything, so I think they're okay to touch. And I did touch one, and it felt like a calamari, the raw calamari. That's the first time I see an aqualanger in the pool with fish. There were two of them, and I guess they were cleaning, but it's impressive. And there's a whole transparent cave in there. They always do that in aquariums too, so you would feel like you're surrounded by water. It's actually getting nicer outside. It's supposed to be raining like all of those 3 days we're here, but it's not, and thank God for that. We still hadn't figured out any kind of bus situation or taxis, but we walked 40 minutes for Meydan, the main square, and there was an exchange there, and we had lari, Georgian currency, and we exchanged it to liras, which is Turkish currency, and now we have cash. Having cash feels super good, and it means we can use the marshrutka, That's a Russian word, but that's how it explained, like a tiny bus. The girl at the reception said that they are cash only, the marshrutkas, the small taxis, the small buses, and I think we can get something and get out of there and get to our hotel. If we don't figure this out, we will just walk. Honestly, don't feel that bad about walking at this point, because at least I can get places. I'm walking up the hill. So yeah, yesterday I was so sad, I was so like desperate, I was so hopeless. Today I feel like I can do it. Like I can do it. So good luck. Everything has a silver lining. Everything has a solution. I don't know. I looked at fish for like an hour and I feel so calm, I feel so chill, I feel so okay. And yeah, all the men probably staring at me right now, not only because I'm filming myself, but mostly because I'm a woman, not wearing a hijab, because it's a Muslim country and everyone is wearing that. And apparently showing your skin is like kind of bad here, and I'm wearing shorts, not short, but like I'm wearing shorts. So yeah, like men been like staring at me, like turning their heads, kind of staring, which is not the best part. But and they like catcalled us a couple of times, but didn't really do anything. So does it feel safe? I don't know. Like no one actually came to us and said something. They were all just kind of like silently watching, or like, I don't know, saying something. But like, that's okay. That was not okay when we first came here, because we were super scared and like stressed, and those men staring also like added to it. But now I just don't look at them and just don't care about that part. I just, I don't know, accepted that that's the thing that they do. And now I'm on my way to the Turkish restaurant, and here's the beautiful streets of Trabzon, Turkey. I even found this Harry Potter cafe. It's a little kitty and two big kitties. Can I pet you? Oh. Hi. Hi, kitty. Hi, kitty. Hi. Hi. Don't touch it. Got it from the gum. The Black Sea looks beautiful from Turkey as well. That's the same Black Sea that I saw from Georgia, from Batumi. And here I see the same sea, but from Turkey. This is an icon. There is a cigarette box with lungs. Like you throw cigarettes in there and it like covers the lung. And those, I thought that they're flower beds, but they're just rocks in rocks. Like. And here's that San Sebastian cheesecake I was talking about. And of course, the dessert time is not complete without Turkish coffee. Привет! Ты роскошный. So fancy. You're so fancy, kid. So fancy, kid. And here are some snacks that I bought in Turkey. First are yogurt chips. We already know that Turkish people love their yogurt, love their dairy. I think here they meant like sour cream and onion kind of flavor, but it just says yogurt. And the second thing I bought was those peanuts in cheese crust. But I didn't know what this is when I bought it. I just looked at it and thought it was pretty Next thing is chestnuts. I have never tried chestnuts in my life, and I decided to try it in a packet, and I didn't like it at all. I throw it all away. I also got a couple of those milk pancakes with different flavors. Here's banana and chocolate. Got some Milka M&Ms. Next is this portahali chocolate, and portahali means orange in Georgian. That's an interesting coincidence that here in Turkish it's almost the same word. So those are Turkish lira. Let's see if I have any luck exchanging those in Georgia, because I brought them all the way back. And here's like 20, like 100 liras. All of this amount is less than $100. And we are finally going home back to Tbilisi by the same bus company. We do have a crack in the glass and Turkish music for at least 6 hours, but that's a part of a trip.
Alo. Ben şimdi tsunami var ya ekmekçiler. Buraya geçtim. Ama bir dakika ben de sana bunu bir şey söyleyeyim mi? Sen şimdi diyorsun ya ki ben bu firmada çalışacağım da. Ben şimdi sen gelmiyorsun bizim arabaya, tamam mı? Bakayım ki sen New Orleans'da bakalım ki Suat seni çalıştıracak mı? Ben o zaman bak senin yanında da Suat'a neler diyeceğim.